Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, we left Daggett and are now on our way to Oatman, Arizona so Sarah can see some donkeys and I can check out some history. After hours of driving, it was lunchtime and we pulled off the highway in Needles, California to get a bite to eat. I'll admit that I'm a sucker for quirky restaurants like this. I mean, how many restaurants in your town have aliens on the wall and giant apes above the doorway? The wagon wheel did not disappoint with its equally quirky interior adorned with all sorts of interesting signs. We were immediately confronted by a drug prospector and an alien ready to rob Sarah.
Being held up by an alien.
Do I have to get on my first?
Well, make that a petrified prospector.
This guy's drunk. Look at this sign behind you. Red Crown Gasoline.
Its gift shop was full of antique items and souvenirs of the desert and Area 51. The closer we got to Oatman, the more we saw of the early greeters in the form of hungry donkeys looking for handouts from tourists.
Watch out. Stop. Let homeboy cross the road. Trying to find a parking spot so that you can explore the town is probably best bet in here.
We have arrived in Oatman, Arizona, and Sarah wants to see some burros here. At an elevation of 2,700 feet, Oatman began as a small mining camp when prospectors struck gold here. In 1863, prospector John Thomas Moss discovered gold in the Black Mountains and staked several claims, one named after himself and the other after Olive Oatman. Oatman's population grew to more than 3,500 in that first year. For the next half-century, mining waxed and waned in the remote district until new technology, reduced transportation costs, and new gold discoveries brought prosperity to Oatman in the 1915 to 1917 mining boom. The opening of the Tom Reed mine, followed by the discovery of a rich ore body on the nearby United Eastern Mining Company property in 1915, brought one of the desert's last gold rushes. For about a decade, Oatman's mines were among the largest gold producers in the West.
Shotgun Wedding by Parson Tom.
Do you?
You think I can open this up for you? No.
Help,
Sarah's in jail.
help me.
Well, see you later.
Kind of put your face down
You
like
gotta let me
in the
out.
square right there. That way you get a better picture.
Let me out. Let me out.
Well, what'd you feel like?
Well, at least I wasn't in that.
The first time in jail? Oh, yes. Holy cow, this definitely has a tourist trap feel to it. Not anything like I was expecting.
It says the free mine tour starts in the corner shack. Where's the corner shack?
Don't know. Now this says this is the Arizona Hotel, standing on the side of what used to be the Arizona Hotel. 1915, it was one of the 7 hotels that existed in Oatman during the early years.
The plaque here indicates that the Arizona Hotel was leveled in the early 1950s to reduce a tax burden, if you can believe that.
Hotel, it's 45 rooms, really. Jeez.
In 1921, a fire burned down many of Oatman's smaller buildings, but spared the Oatman Hotel, built in 1902. It remains the oldest 2-story adobe structure in Mohave County and is a Mohave County historical landmark.
Oh yeah, little fake graves. I'm in a mine and there's dust in the front of the lens, so that's what you see here.
Oh, I think you have to buy like things to have the. He's backing up. You're still scared of him. It's a fake one.
Oh, here's the hotel. So legend has it that after Clark Gable married Carol Lombard there in Kingman, that they were going to come here to Oatman and spend the night. And that is a rumor, apparently, because they drove straight through back to Hollywood and they did not spend the night here. But they may have on some other trips. Trying to shoo the donkeys away and blocking traffic. And Sarah's over here.
Licking the salt off the car.
Cause a traffic jam here.
You almost got your nose knocked by the mirror.
The burros in Oatman are likely descendants of the ones who were put to work hauling ore and carrying food, supplies, and tools for the lonely prospectors. The miners would spend weeks or months alone with their burro as their only companion. The burro was a loyal companion as the prospector went through the wilderness searching for gold.
Oh, that's what Peru just sold here. They know. They figured it out.
Yeah,
Almost kicked us.
I never walked behind a donkey.
Yeah, that one can't. I'm going the wrong way.
You're so pretty.
He almost kicked me.
You're beautiful. You want some more?
If you want to hang around a bunch of jackasses, just come to Oatman. There's plenty of jackasses here.
Gift shop galore. I tell you what, this kind of reminds you of Virginia City, only a little bit wilder.
I need one for my
Your nanny goat.
Burro crossing. How about that? Has the 66 and the open, but no donkey.
So it just came up the spiral staircase here in the store, and they've got a bunch of mining stuff there, but it looks like an old railroad bike. I'm not familiar with those. I don't think I expected as many tourists today. It's Friday. It's Valentine's Day, actually. So I think a lot of people took this weekend off.
After 3 o'clock, we'll put over that food.
Yeah, I bet.
They had all damn day long to over it.
Cookies? Are those cookies, huh?
Hey, here comes baby with her brothers. Oh, her brothers took her down the street. You're a bad mama. You got the boys babysitting baby.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, her 2 older brothers walked her down the street and brought her back.
Somebody else. You got 2 already. You got 2 already. But don't bite me. Hold on. You got friends.
Oh, he tried to bite you.
No, he didn't though. It's a... Ew. What did you get on? Oh, yeah.
And up here at the, I guess it would be the north side of town, they've got a bunch of old farm tractors and probably some mining implements. Sarah's already found it. You ever see a wooden steering wheel? Dang. So while Oatman is very historic, I think it's roots back to 1880s. It's been rebranded into a tourist trap. I mean, if you want to buy Oatman t-shirts, this is the place to come. It's kind of what you expected, or what?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was just going to be a thing to kind of look around at the shops, but mostly it's just shops where you see a lot of...
I'm glad I didn't watch the videos that people had done, because I started thinking if I watched too much of it, I probably wouldn't want to come. And here's Zoltar. Zoltar knows everything.
What are you waiting for? Come on over. For a small fee, Zoltar will give you a wealth of wisdom.
I bet you will. So if you ever want to play with donkeys, come here to Oatman, because there's plenty of them. And of course you can take home some donkeys too for $1,200. Have you ever wanted to visit an ore house? Yeah.
All over the town of Oatman, you'll see images of the tattooed face of the pretty Olivia Oatman. The town of Oatman was named after the Mormon family who were trekking out west in 1851 from Illinois when they were massacred by Native Americans of the Yavapai tribe. While traveling alone, the Oatman wagon was approached by a group of 19 Native Americans on the banks of the Gila River, approximately 156 miles from Oatman. The natives asked for tobacco and food, but because they didn't have enough to share, Royce Oatman was hesitant and shared meager supplies. The natives became irate at his stinginess. The Yavapais clubbed Mr. Oatman to death, his pregnant wife Marianne, and 4 of their 7 children, while 14-year-old Olive and 7-year-old Marianne were taken to be slaves for the Yavapais. Lorenzo, a 15-year-old son, also survived, but he had been beaten unconscious and assumed dead by the two girls and the attackers. Lorenzo regained consciousness sometime after and managed to make his way to a settlement, vowing to find his sisters after he recovered. Lorenzo eventually reached the settlement where his wounds were treated. He returned to the site of the attack and helped bury his parents and siblings in a single grave. Due to the rocky volcanic ground, there could be no digging, so a rock cairn was placed over them. It's believed that their remains were reburied several times and finally moved to the river by early Arizona colonizer Charles Poston. Olive and Sister Marianne were held as slaves for a year before they were traded to the Mohave people. She was released in 1856 at Fort Yuma. Unfortunately, Marianne died of starvation and Olive spent 4 years with the Mohave. 5 years after the attack, Olive was repatriated into American society, with her story being promoted in a sensational manner in the press, novels, and plays. Olive became a national curiosity, partly due to the prominent blue tattooing of her chin by the Mohave. Olive and Lorenzo went to live with relatives in Oregon and later received an education at the University of the Pacific from royalties from a book telling their story. For a time, she lived in San Jose. She became the wife of Major John Fairchild, and they adopted a daughter. Olive spent the rest of her life in Sherman, Texas, where she died in 1903 at the age of 65. You will find her grave at the West Hill Cemetery in Sherman. The coin-operated shooting range here certainly gives this place the feel of Knott's Berry Farm, doesn't it?
Is it just me, or is that whole building leaning? Look at this lady right here. Kissing a donkey. Yeah, it's definitely leaning.
No, I'll give her a big kiss. Big kiss.
Good boy.
There you go. I want a big kiss too. Where's my big one? I want a big one.
For the movie How the West Was Won, this building was featured as the Gold City Hotel.
Everyone says, why don't you go to Kingman? Kingman's, 40 minutes away. I go down here. I go to Fort Myers.
Hey, what's your name?
Elise.
Elise, okay.
This is Oatman.
Are you the owner of the store? Or?
No.
Okay.
Chris Crawford owns the building.
Okay.
And
What is this building?
This originally was built in 1914. It was the drug company and soda shop. First half of it was the soda shop. Well, there's the pictures back here. So soda shop, open drug company, apothecary. This picture is taken from the front door. And
Okay.
then this is taken from the back half. I guess there was a stage too looking at one point.
So this was the side for the soda shop?
Yep, the soda shop is
fountain.
took out here, and then it broke off, and then did the wrapped around.
Okay.
And then in 1916, well, first of all, upstairs here they had a dentist, doctor, lawyer, judge, assay office, phone company, and barber.
Wow.
It was kind of the hub of everything. It was connected at one point to the Arizona Hotel, which is the picture right there next to the
Okay, yeah.
house. So that where it says soda fountain, that's this building.
Uh-huh.
And then in 1916, in the back half, they added the Arizona Central Bank. And we are kind of doing construction back there, but there is one thing that's still back there.
Oh, that's cute.
Watch your step.
Okay.
And if you come up here, we still have the old bank vault. They
Okay.
built the vault first and then built the building around it.
The old bank vault here, huh?
Yep, the old bank vault.
What year do you think that is?
Well, this was, the 1916 is when they added the bank. We do still have the old service stickers. They're here. The last time it was serviced, what I want to say was 1929, and this is telling them it needs to be serviced again in 1930. And watch your step. I'll show you something real cool. So now we store our soaps in here. But back in the day, chisel marks up there. Someone tried to break in and...
Where?
Right up there. Someone tried to break in and steal the gold in the vault.
Oh.
They didn't account for the width of the door, I guess, and didn't quite make it.
They didn't get through, huh?
We don't know if it was the doctor, the dentist, the lawyer, the judge, or the, or the phone operators, but
And what's this?
that's another door that they actually uncovered just recently by taking the paneling off of the other side of the wall there, and it's another vault door.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And we still actually have the maker's sticker here on the door.
Okay.
You come back here, it's the right there.
Okay.
Not too many safes still have that. And then this scene here, if I remember right, that scene is about 40 minutes into the movie. So the lady that owns this building and makes all the soaps, that was her grandmother's house. It was also a schoolhouse. We have the playbill right there. There's a lot of stars.
Let me see. Yeah, Gregory Peck was on that.
Yeah. And then so the building that in that picture is this building right here. Hollywood actually put in the covered bridge.
Oh, okay.
The church back there, they still use that every Sunday, ring the big bell at about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
That was for the movie too?
No, the church is part of the church.
Okay, but it was in the movie.
Well, yeah.
The little white church of Oatman is still in service, and it was seen in the background in a scene from the same movie.
It's all about the donkeys here, folks. You can make a lot of neat friends here in Oatman. Is that right?
Being located along busy Route 66, Oatman catered to travelers driving between Kingman, Arizona and Needles. That advantage was short-lived because the town was bypassed in 1953 when a new route was built between Kingman and Needles. By the 1960s, Oatman was pretty much abandoned.
Hello. I can honestly say I've never pumped gas in one of those types of pumps. Guess it's because I was born in 1961, and I think pumps like this went by the wayside probably back in the 30s or 40s. It's not open, but there's some pretty cool things in this antique store. Yeah, that's a safe, all right. Probably for all the gold they got here. We're going on this road to Kingman and passed by this little crevice here. It looks like maybe they used it in mining.
That's cool. What do you suppose they were?
It's a mine shaft.
I know it's a shaft, but where? What do you think they were getting out of it?
Silver or gold?
As we traveled along the old Route 66 out of Oatman, we spotted a number of crosses on Sitgreaves Pass and stopped to investigate. As we made it to the turnout, we found one donkey by himself munching on a pile of hamburger buns that obviously someone left for him.
I think that the donkey's gonna end up with the bellyache from eating all that. Can I take it away?
Will the donkey bite me if I try to take it away?
No doubt. Between Oatman and Kingman, and there's this area where there's a bunch of crosses, and I think somebody's ashes are here. I think the whole side. It's like a makeshift cemetery. I don't think I've quite seen a place like this where people have left remains. There's some down the hill here, crosses marking the spots. Look at this, oh my gosh. This is crazy.
Having lost my own mother, I was touched by this poem on this grave. It reads, "Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near. So loved, so missed, so very dear." While I'm not so sure that it's legal to leave cremains on this property, I was moved at the care and effort that friends and family took to bring their loved ones' cremains to this windswept vista with an amazing view of 3 states.
I'm trying to get him away from the hamburger buns.
Look at his eye.
Did you hear him hollering earlier?
His eye's gone.
He doesn't have an eye?
No.
Oh no.
Look at it. Sarah's made a friend.
Don't eat the buns. They're not good for you. How come you were hollering earlier? Did it give you a tummy ache? Oh,
So I hope that you enjoyed this episode and our trip to Oatman, Arizona. Let us know if you've ever been here and what did you think of it when you came. I was a little amazed that there was less historical aspects to this town that are still remaining, that are still highlighted, and more of the touristy souvenir shop type things. Always like to get a thumbs up on my video and a comment. If you haven't subscribed to History Hunters, love to have you do that as well. Thank you so much.